So on your computer, you'll see that on my desktop, I've got the EZWrite button here. So if I go home, I have the access to EZWrite here. If I open it, that's what it looks like. And you'll see that looks a whole lot like what you just saw in there. There's a few features that aren't quite the same. So that file upload, and by the way, notice I'm plugged in on this board. So the teachers who are really hesitant about, well, I just want my projector back. Okay, here you go. So you can just plug your computer in. It's a giant projector if you're so scared. But notice that even though it's my giant projector, I can still interact with the board, or I can interact with my computer. It's really nice. It works both ways. So do you notice what button is missing here on my computer? Slides. Yeah, so Google Slides is missing on here.
That's a Google thing though, not Sheldon's fault. It's not Sheldon's fault, right?
So don't email Sheldon.
We can use the browser.
Yeah, well, so we're gonna go. So what Sheldon just said is we can use the browser now. We sure can. So here's the browser version. So this is the EZWrite 6 BenQ.com website. So I can sign in with Google. They are having fun next door. I know. We need some jams, Carly. Where is she?
I know, right? She's letting us, we need some like disco.
She's in the hallway.
Like, why do we not have a disco ball?
She's dancing over there. All right, so now this is the web application. Still looks very similar to what we've already seen. And now when I click in here, I do want you to notice what's missing. Slides, still not slides, but what was added on here? Google Drive. So now I can come into Google Drive.
And this is the thing, you know, we aren't connected to our Google Drives on these boards, but we are connected to Google Drive on our network, you know, on our laptops. So that is like, you know, if you're anywhere, you can get to your, if you are a Google Drive or your OneDrive, if you are a Microsoft school, I mean, you can get to it anywhere then from your laptop and make an EZWrite.
So if I wanted to pull in this slide deck here, I'm gonna go ahead and import it. You're gonna get 3 different options. This option, the first one, is a multi-page object. It's gonna take your Google slide deck and it puts it in a really small window on one page. And then you can interact with the entire slide deck on one whiteboard page. So your entire slide deck with the arrows, and you can make it as big or small as you want, but you're not gonna advance pages on here. It's just completely embedded. The images is going to literally just take like a PDF or a screenshot of every one of your slides and paste them all on individual slides. That's usually my preference. The one thing with that one, if you have timers or links embedded into your Google slide presentation, they won't be active because it's literally taking images of your slide deck. But then the objects, it's getting better, but right now it's in beta, and it will pull over those links and timers. I'll tell you some of the backgrounds, like especially if you use like a slides carnival, like a really fun background, they don't come over well. So you'd have to play around with what those backgrounds look like. But if it's a plain slide deck with a plain background, this one comes through really well with objects, if you have links and timers.
And if you, like Shanna and I, and she's gonna show you in a minute, why we pull in a slideshow into EZWrite and then use it, because we teach in a large group instruction room with 2 boards, and we'll show you why we do it in a minute. But if you lose your timers and things, the one thing is you always have right here, like all of these features. So you can throw a timer up and on your board like really easily, and so we tend to just do that. And
we stopped putting timers on our slides because
we just do that. It's so much quicker. It's so much quicker. And if you can look around the room and say, you know, hold up your fingers 1 to 3, how many more minutes do you need? Most of the kids say 3, boom, I can put a 3-minute timer on super fast, you know. So it's we like the responsiveness of just adding it that way.
So this time for funsies, I'm gonna just hit full screen just so you can see what it looks like when I put full screen on there. I'll do all of these slides, we'll hit confirm. There she goes. The web application, it looks like it's not taking up the full screen. Oops, I'm not on select, I don't know how to get it to move over. I'm gonna come over here. My pinch and move. Yeah, it's not actually filling the full screen. So you would probably be able to, I haven't had that before, Sheldon. He's like,
that is a question that we have.
So it at least starts you with the image of that, but it's not gonna take up that full screen. So.
But what Shanna did say, which is if you already have a slideshow, like a lot of our teachers already teach from slides. So we have been encouraging them, and if you do it on your board, pull the slideshow into an EZWrite, save it. And then if you want to go home and open up that EZWrite, you've got it, and then you can add features to it, play with it, add more interactive pieces to it at home.
And I do want to show you what that multi-object one, because it's kind of entertaining. It's tiny. So I'll give you a quick little glimpse of what that one looks like. And this is just because one of the biggest things, and the only reason we're showing you this is if you're early adopting with one of these boards, if you're going from no boards to something like this, our teachers have put a lot of time and work into their slideshows and into slide decks already. And so this was the biggest complaint is I already made all of these slide decks. Why would I open up EZWrite and remake all of these slide decks? Good question. Like, time is money. So it's nice to be able to show them that they can just pull them up in here. So there we go.
Ooh, I know what I wanted to say about importing slides as well in a minute.
So the multi-page object, I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So it comes in this teeny tiny little small window. You can click and make it a bigger window. But now your entire slide deck is in one. I think it only did the one page, didn't it? Did I click all of the pages? I might not have clicked all the pages. I might have only clicked the one. But it's just gonna do each individual page. I could go back in and add each individual page separately and then resize them as well. So lots of different options for doing it if you didn't load it on the computer or on the board first.
I have a lot of slide decks that I teach with, and I have my agenda slide and I have all of that. And one of the biggest reasons I like importing my slides into EZWrite, and I do it just like boom, boom, boom. It takes like 2 seconds, like right before class you can even do it, is this is one of the biggest reasons. Like imagine, this was a slide deck, right? And I moved it into EZWrite, and I want to write some things on this page. If I am running a Google slideshow in the Google Slides app on my board, which you can do right from your drive, if I advance the page, that writing is like, it's like on the glass. I mean, it's not. That's just how I explain it to people who aren't tech, right? It's like you wrote on the glass, and so the writing stays, but your slide changes, right? And then you have to erase it, and then you can't do that like annotating. If you put it into an EZWrite, if I write on this page, it lives with the EZWrite page. It doesn't, and so you can do different annotations, and then you can go back and forth and still see them and save them. And that is one of the biggest reasons I love it, because then it stays with whatever you wanted it to be on.